Good morning, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. Today is the 3rd of July. We are looking at a Wednesday here and looking at a carryover trade. This is the current SPY cycle patterns chart. We are right here looking at a carryover day in carryover trending. Very likely going to be a fairly mild uptrend, is what I think is going to happen. So, yesterday we had that big explosive bar to the upside, very strong key reversal. You can see we've got a nice solid reversal taking place. I call this an anchor bar. An anchor bar is essentially a uh, price where prices closed above the last two previous highs. Not quite an anchor bar right here. So there's a high that I missed. So that's not quite an anchor bar here. Looking for an anchor bar. We had one here, it looks like, and possibly had one here. I have to see 1, 2, 3 high up here. Not quite. Nope, the high back up here caused a problem. So we're looking for a new breakout bar. What would likely happen? This is daily. What would likely happen if we look at a 30-minute chart and I use my, I don't know what you want to call it, my Bradley insight, whatever you want to call it, to see what is potential. There we go. Try to get this to move down a little bit. So, given where we're at with the price, and given that we're leading into a holiday, and we are going to be moving towards a what I think is a sideways melt up channel, two things that we can attempt to try to do. So, first, we're going to look at this rejection point here. So, this deep opening low, I would discount. I would look at this level here where this close and this open were, call that a rejection point, come across this rejection level, and project this level out about here, setting this up as a very solid potential uptrend channel. So, given that solid uptrend channel, and again, coming back over here and looking for a duplicate channel, I teach these in the my training videos to try to get a duplicate channel. So here we have a pretty solid upward channel that's taking place in price. Now, where we have previous activity back over here, you can see we've got this double topping formation that comes into play here. And we do have, if we really wanted to, we can come back in here and try to find some kind of rejection point, which would be here, possibly across here, or here, possibly across here. Not really anything to measure very cleanly to the upside. So where we're looking at here is we have these critical levels. So we have this resistance from 3 or 4 days ago at 549.38. We have this lower channel, which is trending upward, currently going to open probably in the 547.5 area. And then we have the upper channel, which we were already above as of the close yesterday. Okay, so the way I look at price is more than likely going to run into some consolidation, potentially moving back into this channel, consolidating before trying to break out to the upside. Now, there's a very strong chance that this is going to move into a very mild trend today. Remember, we have the holiday today and the big move on Friday. So I would very strongly suggest that this consolidation channel and this upward trend channel will play a very big role in what we're looking at today. I think this is going to become probably the boundary of price over the first 3 or 4 hours of trading, unless there's some big news We're likely to see price stay below 549.37, 549.50, maybe below this level, 549.60, 65. That's this rejection level right here, coming back from this area over here. I would say we're going to stay in kind of this channel again, kind of this flagging formation all morning long. And the reason I say that is because it's very likely that price is going to struggle to get through this. Now, obviously, if it does to the upside, then we're looking at running up into this target area here. This is going to be my ultimate target area for today. 550 and a half, 551 and a quarter, roughly right up in this area. I think this is a fairly safe area for an upward target melt up today. And then, like I remember, and I am suggesting Friday could be a very big day. So be aware that you can see how I've drawn this Friday move, potentially moving a big breakout move. So hypothetically, if we were to see a close in this area and it move up to here, we'd be looking at maybe a 1 to 1.25% move, possibly on Friday. So you really want to kind of watch this channel, folks. This price channel right now. And again, remember this zone that I drew down here, this yellow zone? Well, this zone is still an area of support. So I'm just going to drag this out. So really breaking below this area, this 547.50 area, would lead us down into multiple support zones, prompting some sort of a move up. So if we got a breakdown here, I wouldn't be too concerned. I mean, yeah, it may surprise me a little bit because I don't think we're going to get much below this channel today. I doubt it unless there's some serious news, but we could see a retracement down into this 546.50 area, possibly a little outside this channel before it rolls back up and possibly consolidates into the end of the day. I really do believe we're going to be looking at a very solid squeeze to the upside near the end of the day. So be aware that we're very likely to probably see another squeeze moving higher. Okay. So let me try to grab this. There we go. Nice little squeeze. So really, we're looking at this triangle today within this price channel. Very probably light trading today. Remember, we're day before a holiday. Shorts are still going to get squeezed. I guarantee you after yesterday's move that shorts are going to be loading up here. So there's a really moderate potential that you could see some downward activity in the first hour or two of trading before we roll higher. And that would be shorts scalping into this area. It would create a void up here in this area for shorts thinking that this whole thing is going to come down. And remember, a lot of people are still watching this price gap from way back here. So be aware that this gap has got a lot of attention. Can it stay open? You betcha it can. Moving gaps like this, even off of this low down here, moving gaps like this that stay open indicate price trending. So there is nothing saying that we can't have this gap right here. I'll try to change the color for you. Stay completely unfilled for the next, 2, 3, 10 months. Really, this would just be a gap to the upside. It shows very strong trending. Price does not have to come back down here and fill it. And even if it were to come down at this point, given we're moving into earnings, you're talking about a 2.25% downside move just to fill it. That would take a pretty big breakdown in price. I mean, you would a 2.25% downside move in the SPY is a pretty large move, folks. 0.5% to 1% is a pretty common day in the SPY. Okay, so where are we looking at? Move my chart around. We avoided this downside. We avoided this downside. Remember, price is always looking at a success or failure mode. So understand that we're always looking at either having something move the way we expect or something move in the opposite direction. So, in theory, folks, you have my expectation that we're going to stay within this channel. We're going to watch probably this level here as a breakdown level. That puts us at 547. And with the 547 level as our breakdown area, anything, in my opinion, in this area, even though it would be considered a deeper pullback, would still be very valid. So let me expand this a bit and this, and we'll come over here. So really, folks, I'm expecting this triangle, this blue, I'll make it a yellow triangle so you can see it. I'm expecting price to stay within this triangle. Below this 547 area, I would consider price maybe at threat of retesting this low a little bit before with the holiday. Maybe the sellers are able to drive it back down into a pullback area. But I expect we're going to hold this channel going higher, and I expect we're going to break out with a squeeze to the upside before the end of the day, given our carryover trend. And I would expect something similar in the QQQ as well. Remember, this triangle does not act as hard support. You can see we can get below these low levels and get above these high levels here very easily. Okay, so these act as soft, fuzzy boundaries moving higher. And that's what I expect to see happen. A bit of a pullback, first hour or two of trading, moving into sideways trend, flagging, and then a breakout to the upside. Okay, let's look at the QQQ. Pretty much going to be the same setup, I'm pretty sure. Okay, QQQ is closed at new highs. Let's take a look at this. Yes, okay, so we have almost new highs right here. A new closing price high. Yes, we've got a new closing price high compared to previous closing price highs. That's very solid. Now we do. I was in my expectations expecting a bit of a pullback, so this might be a bit overextended. So again, we could very easily move into some flagging triangle type of formation like this. Setting up, I don't know where that went. Maybe I hit the wrong button. Okay, let's try it again. So come out here like this, over to this, over to this. So we could see some sort of a flagging triangle shape formation here. Let's do the same thing with our rejection point here. Come across the rejection point here. And then paste across rejection points here. Obviously, this close looks like we had a higher, and then we had this rejection point here, and then we got above it. So you can see, folks, that the triangle, again, is well within the rejection area. Probably have to just move it down a little bit into this area. We're probably going to see a bit of a lower open, and we're probably going to see, oops, a downward trend moving maybe into this area, consolidating, and then squeezing towards the end of the bar up maybe into the 488, 489 area. I don't expect much today, folks. I really, going into a holiday, I kind of expect it just to stay in this middle triangle area for quite a while. So expect some sideways, go nowhere trading this morning with a potential for a melt up in the afternoon. And again, because we had this big rally yesterday, I think the markets are going to pause, digest what happened, maybe consolidate for the first 2 or 3 hours, and then maybe squeeze into the end of the day today. So there's your expectations for your trade. Be cautious in the morning, quick little scalps on the SPY or the QQQ, and then maybe we're going to see some sort of a trend towards the end of the day. But I don't think it's going to happen prior to noon New York time today. I think we're going to be flagging into a consolidation channel with this kind of a wedge-shaped triangle. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Talk to you later.